Welcome to the rant. I'm John Shannon. Well, my friend and fellow YouTuber Witsky Man kind of inspired me to do this one, kind of on a short notice. He posted a a video that was going over the protests and the conspiracies over 9/11, and it wasn't just that; it was on a whole broad array of things. But he mentioned something at the very end um, that I wanted to address specifically, and excuse me, that was the uh, when the towers were struck and the subsequent collapse of the towers. Um, Now, I want to preface this, and anybody that knows me and knows my story by now knows that, I come to you fully armed with a 10th grade education, with no knowledge of engineering or physics or any of the like. The only thing that I have to give or to offer in this subject is just gut gut logic, if you will, and gut feeling. Now, I don't want to sit here and debate whether or not or what provoked the attack and any of that kind of thing. I don't want to sit here and try to um, debate whether or not this was done by Al Qaeda or an inside job or anything like that. I think most everybody knows how I feel about it. I'm not here to debate that. What I am here is to try to understand and to make other people understand in the simplest terms why I don't feel anything other than those planes brought those buildings down. Now you have to remember that um, the planes hit those towers. Well, the first tower was hit, I guess, maybe about 7/8 towards the top. The other one was about 2/3 of the way to the top. Um, in either case, these planes took out um, took out at least 2 to 3 stories worth of critical support beams in both instances. I think actually when the second tower was struck, it was even more the case because the plane had come in at an angle and had cut um, even quite a few more support beams, maybe as many as 10 stories worth of support beams. But either way, you have to realize that just picture just something as simplistic as a house of cards. And if you take, obviously if you mess with a house of cards, you're going to knock it all down anyways. But I'm sorry about the crude comparison here, but the in my opinion at least, if you knock out those center support, those crucial support beams in that plane or in that building, in either one of those buildings, now all this weight, these tons and tons of building is sitting at the top, unsupported. These buildings are built top heavy anyways. um, you got to understand that you cut out that support, eventually it's just going to cave into itself, and that's basically what happened in both buildings. Anybody that thinks that there was an explosion or anything like that, a separate explosion in these towers that helped brought these towers down, you have to understand something. First of all, you remember back when the car bomb went off at the World Trade Center back in, I believe, in the 80s, if his memory serves. Um, and the, I mean, there was a huge explosion in the garage area, but the damage was limited to basically that area. It was a lot of damage, but it did nothing to the foundation of the building, you know, because it really didn't take out any of the support mechanism there. These planes took the support beams. Now, I can't tell you that these terrorists were aiming for those specific spots in those buildings. They were just looking to fly a plane into the building. So this wasn't a strategic job on their part. And they probably had no idea, quite frankly, that they were going to bring down these towers. I don't think quite frankly, were that smart. They felt that, I think that what happened, probably the final result, or the bringing down of these buildings probably went beyond their wildest dreams of what would actually happen. But I'm getting off a little bit on a tangent. My single point in this matter is that I, in my heart, feel that it was just simply that the instability of these buildings that brought the towers down basically they collapsed from the inside, or from the top down. And I know that there are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people out there that want answers, and you lost a loved one in a horrific act, and you want answers. You want somebody's, what you really want. You want somebody's head. To be honest with you, you want somebody's head on a platter for this. And some people, I think, are going after the wrong target, if you will. I don't believe for a minute, no matter how much I disagree with George Bush's policies on the war and other things here at home, but the fact of the matter is, I don't believe for a minute that he nor anybody in our government had anything at all to do with either the planes flying into the building or their subsequent collapse. I think to believe this, I think you're grasping at straws and not looking at reality. And I feel sorry for those folks. I could not begin to believe, to imagine their loss. But I think it's time to understand who the enemy is. And I don't believe that anybody, I don't believe that anybody in government or anybody running for office feels any differently. To tell you the truth, I just think that there is just a small group of individuals who love that whole conspiracy idea. Everything is a conspiracy, and hey, you're free to believe whatever. I'm just trying to put it in a logical perspective as best as I possibly can. Well, that's all I got for this. So, Woodsky man, thanks for the inspiration. You and everybody else, have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Until then, this is John Shannon, the Redneck Cabbie. Adios.